It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Shorman, and this is the Forum on Eagle Television. It's great to have you watching along. We're going to talk about animals and basically the care of animals, and especially those that are lost or have lost their home along the line. Our guest is Brendon McCampbell, and if you would a little bit talk about what and how you got started in rescuing animals, Brendon.
I started volunteering for the Western Plains Animal Refuge when I was in high school. I always loved animals, and I saw it as a natural progression in my interest in working with animals. In 2011, I actually became the executive director of the organization when the original director, Dr. Jessica Brown, closed down her private animal vet hospital. And at that point, I had been working for her and also a long-term volunteer for the organization.
So what got you? Did you have pets when you were a young man and that led to that? Because a lot of times, you know, it takes somebody special that wants to do pets and do that and now go into the next step of that. So what got you started?
I grew up partially on a farm. I was around horses, cats, and dogs my whole life, and my mom always raised me with an interest in caring for animals. Although wildlife laws were much different when she was a child, she actually did some wildlife rehab when she was growing up in the state. And growing up with her, she influenced me a lot and helped encourage my love for animals.
And then you went from there to work with Dr. Brown.
Yep.
And Dr. Brown had a veterinary clinic, which she then closed down to go to other career things that she was looking to do. What did you do at the veterinary clinic?
I was primarily a kennel worker at the vet clinic, just taking care of animals, doing the grunt work, and I was also helping with fundraisers and caring for wildlife at the time.
Okay, so along the line, the Western Plains Animal Refuge got started.
Yep.
What was the reason for that? Why did it get started when there's some other animal rescue type, I guess, facilities and operations around? What started that one?
We have the humane side of the High Plains here serving our community, but as I know very well, they can't meet the needs of all the animals in our region, and there aren't very many shelters in western Kansas, especially northwestern Kansas, and we really do serve a large portion of the state. We have even worked with animals from other states as well, and the Western Plains Animal Refuge, in addition to working with domestic animals, would work with wildlife and a little bit more of an exotic clientele than the Humane Society of the High Plains does.
So when you talk about exotic clientele, what kind of animals are you talking about?
I haven't had too many exotic animals.
I'm thinking
during
zebra
my time.
and giraffe. Have you had a zebra or a giraffe?
No, but Dr. Brown had worked with a number of animals, including a pig at the clinic, and just a little bit more diversity than the Humane side of the High Plains.
So when you do that, what's the difference once an animal shows up? What's the difference between what you do and others?
I think that we provide similar services. Right now, with everything going on in our organization, we're not taking on any new animals, but when we were taking in new animals, the primary difference is that we were a primarily foster-based system. We haven't had a facility for over 2 years now, and as a result, all of our animals would stay in foster homes versus some of the other more traditional animal shelters where they have a facility and the animals stay in kennels or cages.
What do you mean by foster home? Obviously, they stay at somebody's house, but how do you find foster families for pets? Because that could be a never-ending stream of pets coming in.
We are always looking for foster homes, and we would really take anyone capable of caring for animals of a specific type. So some people are more able to help take care of a litter of kittens, bottle feed them, make sure that they're healthy, whereas some people maybe could foster a dog with their own dog as well. There was a variety of people. A lot of college students would foster for us. We had a lot of volunteers come from Fort Hays, and we would keep the animals in the foster homes, and then if they ever required any sort of additional care, we had volunteers who could go to the home, or they would be taken to veterinary clinics to get spayed and neutered or get vaccinations and things.
Now, when they foster a pet, can they adopt that pet, or does it just stay with them as a foster pet?
They can choose to adopt animals they're fostering, and we actually have that happen quite often. A family will be fostering an animal, and after a month or two, if they don't get adopted, the family starts growing attached, and every once in a while will get a call and someone will tell me that they're failing at fostering and they're just going to end up adopting the animal instead.
Do you ever have people like adopt 20 animals?
I haven't had
My
anyone
wife
adopt
could do that because
20
she
animals,
loves animals.
but there are people who probably would want to do that out there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, you know, there's some things going on within the organization. We're going to take a quick break, Brendon, and come back in just a little bit and talk about the organization itself. Hope you stay tuned, stay with us here as we take a break. Our guest is Brendon McCampbell. He is head of the Western Plains Animal Refuge. Back with more after this.
Hayes Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hayes Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hayes Med, helping people be healthy.
Are you frustrated with Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? It happens when you don't have Pulse, the cutting-edge Wi-Fi solution from Eagle Communications. A Pulse-certified Eagle technician maps your home, then installs a dual-band modem and router, plus discrete access points to deliver wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with no dead zones. Pulse powers all your family's devices in all the places you love to live. Get Pulse. Wi-Fi made simple. Only from Eagle Communications. Call today.
Welcome back to the second half of our forum here on Eagle Television. If you have any ideas, suggestions, some great programs that we could bring to you here on the forum, give me a call. Our number at the office, my direct line number, is 785-301-2082. You can catch me there at the office and just leave a note. If you'd like to send me an email, that's probably even better, gary.shorman@eaglecom.net. And you're out cruising around on Facebook, you can find us under ECTV Forum. ECTV Forum. We'd like to hear from you. Our guest is Brendon McCampbell, and he's head of the Western Plains Animal Refuge. We're talking about going into the break, kind of the challenges that go with any organization that is trying to help, in this case, animals in our community. I was surprised at the number. I had listed down 1,600 animals that you've helped or rescue or saved. You said it's a lot more than that, or at least significantly more than that.
Yes, that number was just a little bit old, but over the time that the organization has existed, we've helped around 2,000 animals, and that includes animals who we have adopted out, wildlife who we've rehabilitated, and then an increasing number is the animals who we help with veterinary care, such as spay-neuter services. We've also been doing vaccination services for people who might not have the means to get their animals vaccinated or spayed and neutered otherwise.
You know, I would think that'd be one of the challenges, and at least is you have to find ways to stop the flow of animals by spade and neutering, especially those that aren't taken care of. And I know Dr. Brown does that and helps with you. Is she the only vet that helps with this process, or are there others that help it well?
I've actually worked with pretty much all the veterinarians in Hayes at one time or another. While Dr. Brown has done the largest portion of our work recently, if there's an emergency situation, I'll go to pretty much any vet who is open and available at the time. And all the vets have been pretty good with us, giving us discounts and helping us throughout the years as well.
Let's talk about your building a little bit. You had a facility over in Ellis that you were operating out of, and now you no longer have that. Are you still looking for a facility? Are you working for, where are you in that facility process right now?
We did have a facility over by Ellis for quite some time, but after being there, we started experiencing some issues. Animals were getting dumped off at the property. We had 4 animals dumped off in the month that we decided to actually close down that facility, which was December. All short-haired dogs dumped off in the late afternoon or early evening. That was very worrisome for us. In addition, the building required a lot of maintenance and repairs. It was a manufactured home, so it didn't have the best insulation. We were always just battling to keep it up and running. and it was just too small for us to continue staying there. In December of 2014, we made the decision to remove all the animals from the facility, move to a foster-based system, and at that point, we started plans to eventually build a facility, which we've been working on for a little bit more than 2 years now. But just recently, due to a lack of volunteers and donations, we've had to postpone some of our plans. We still would like to build a shelter at some point, but we see that as being a little bit more distant than we originally anticipated. We need some time to recuperate. I think a lot of our volunteers get overworked just because our organization is completely volunteer-based, so we don't have staff members who we can pay to do the dirty jobs. I'm literally begging volunteers to help with all these different things, which a lot of people wouldn't normally want to do, driving long hours, taking care of animals who have a very slim chance of actually surviving, and it just gets difficult and wears down on people after a while. And that's why our organization is kind of needing a break, as well as our volunteers are really overworked. We aren't getting as many donations as we've had in the past, and with the current economy, I know that a lot of nonprofits are experiencing hardship, and we aren't going to be closing completely, but for now we've decided to offer reduced services to make it a little bit more manageable for our current volunteers. And if in the future we get a large donation or we get a ton of volunteers who are wanting to help with us, I would be very happy to go ahead with our plans to build the facility and continue as we once were.
So Brendon, here's your chance. If somebody wants to make a large donation or volunteer,
yes,
and frankly support the program, large, small, any part of it, or volunteer, help pets in our area, help animals in our area, where do they go find you, find more information?
The best place to start is westernplainsanimalrefuge.org, and on our website you can find information about our programs. It is getting updated with the recent changes, so there's going to be more information on what exactly we will be doing during this time of reduced services, and it will also have information on ways that people can get involved and help us to help develop a better future for the organization. I'm also available at any time. I give out my personal cell phone quite a bit, but 785-259-3675. People can contact me directly to offer help, or if they're interested in donating and have questions.
Well, Brendon, appreciate your passion for helping animals in our area. And when you look at the list of over 2,000 animals that have been assisted along the line, that's a big deal. If it's a big deal to you at home, give us a call or give Brendon a call and follow up. And westernplainsanimalrefuge.org.
Yep.
If you go online to do that, you can find it. Brendon McCampbell's been our guest here. Brendon, thanks for all you do. Thanks to you for watching the forum here on Eagle Community Television, Eagle Television, and Eagle Communications, our community connected.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications, our community connected.